Okay, this time we're going to find the equation of a straight line given 2 points using a diagram and logic. Last lesson I showed you how to use algebra. So here's our first example. Find the equation of a straight line through the points 2, 0 and 0, 2. So what we're going to do is sketch these 2 points. Okay, so our 2 points are 0, 2 and 2, 0. So let's do 2, 0 first. So we go along the x-axis 2 with my dot here. Label my point 2, 0. And I'm going to go up the y-axis. Put 0, 2. X is 0, y is 2. Put my dot here. 0, 2. And look, I can see my straight line straight away. Oh, sorry about that. I'm not very good at this. But I'll get better. Promise. So there's our straight line. All we've got to do is find the rule. Okay. Well, one thing I do know is that gradient here, it's actually negative, isn't it? Because it's going downhill and we move in the positive x direction. Okay, well, I have to look at the vertical distance. So I'm going to use a red thing. Here's a triangle. It's quite handy, isn't it? There it is. That's our vertical distance. How far is that? I don't care about the sign. I've already decided it's negative. But rise over run, or gradient equals vertical distance over horizontal distance. That's the vertical distance. How far is that? I don't care whether it's positive or negative. Well, it's 2, isn't it? And that's because that, where the two axes cross, is 0. Alright, so that's good. Well, we can put that up at the top here. What's about our horizontal distance? What's across here? Whoops. There it is. How far is that? Well, that's 2 as well. So our horizontal distance is 2. Well, guess what? That means our gradient is negative. We know that. Is 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. Super. Well, we know that every straight line looks like this. Y equals mx plus c. Sorry about that x. Really spastic. Okay, that's better. So I know so far that y equals minus 1. I don't really need the 1, do I? So minus x plus c. Now look at this one. This is really easy because this point is right there. That is the y-intercept. So the rule of this equation is y equals minus x plus 2. Done and dusted, no problem. Okay, let's go again. Example 2. Find the equation of a straight line that goes through the points 5, 5 and minus 1, 2. Sketch the given points. Alright, I'm going to do that again. Okay, so one of our points is 5, 5. So I'll just try and roughly do it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, not real good, but anyway, whatever. So that's 5, 5. And our other point is minus 1, minus 2. So there's minus 1. Sorry, not minus 1, minus 2. Minus 1, 2. So that's x equals minus 1, y equals 2. So that's there. Alright, got that labelled. So here's our straight line. Oh, it's a bit better than before. It was a bit wonky before. There it is. Goes that way. Now what I've got to do is try and find the rule. Right. Okay, so I know gradient here. Well, this gradient's positive, isn't it? So I don't have to worry. So what I'm after is I've got to draw a triangle somewhere. Now, the only right angle triangle I can draw is across here. Don't worry about my little marks on the axes. That's a bit misleading there. Sorry about that. Let's rub that out. Just a bit, stuff that up a bit. Just rub that out so it doesn't confuse you. Anyhow, back to my pen. Alright, so there's our gradient triangle. Now I really want to find out what this vertical distance is here. I'll do a different colour, there it is. How far is that? Any ideas? Well, this is 5 high here, and this is 2 high here. So guess what this is? Well, it's got to be 5 minus 2 is 3, so it's 3 high. That's the vertical distance. Okay, what's the horizontal distance? I'm going to use a different colour. Well, this distance here, all the way to here, somebody's changed the size of my lines, don't like that. Here, this distance here, is not quite all the way across, is it? Well, that's 5. I put it little. That's 5. And this distance here, well, that goes from 0 to minus 1, so the distance is 1. So that means the whole distance is 6. Alright, well that's very handy. So our horizontal distance is 6, and our vertical distance worked out to be 3. Alright, so gradient equals positive 3 over 6. Well, that's easy. That's 3 over 6 is actually a half, isn't it? So that's our gradient. So I know now that y equals mx plus c. I know at least half the answer. And the M was really spastic. There you go, that's better. A half x, or I don't need that one. I'll put it in if you want. A half x plus c. Okay, well what do I do next? Well, that means the gradient is, for every 2 I go across, I go up 1. So if I go from here and I go across 2, I go up 1. Well, where am I? Well, I'm at 1 because I started at minus 1. If I go across 2, that's what it's telling me. I'm at now x equals 1. If I go up 1, I started here at 2, go up 1 is 3. That doesn't help me. That's not the y-intercept. But notice here, halfway, if I go 1 across, to keep it all in proportion, I can only go up a half. See, if I go 2 across, I've got to go up 1. So if I go across 1, I only go up a half. So that tells me what the y-intercept is. That y-intercept has the coordinate 0, and it's a half higher than what I started at. Well, I started at 2. So a half and 2 is 2.5. Now usually in equations, we don't write it as a mixed fraction. Now, we're going to write it as an improper fraction. Remember how we do this? We put a multiply and a plus. Okay, so the bottom number is 2, the same as this denominator here, but the top number is 2 times 2 plus 1, which is 5. So now I know the full rule. Y equals x over 2 plus 5 over 2. Okay, I suppose you probably don't believe me, but one way we can check is we can use GeoGebra. Okay, here we are. I've typed the 2 points in, minus 1, 2 and 5, 5. Always get a bit anxious here in case I've stuffed something up and then I'll have to start all over again, but hopefully this is good. We thought the equation was y equals, I've forgotten now, y equals x on 2, yeah there it is, x on 2 plus 5 on 2, so y equals x divided by 2 plus 5 divided by 2. Oh yeah, beautiful, thank God. So we can see that's the right equation, and it goes through the 2 points we want. Notice on GeoGebra it changes them to decimals, and usually it rounds them off, but they're exact. So 5 over 2 is 2.5, and of course a half is 0.5x, so it's the same formula. Alright, I hope that's very helpful for you. Drawing it's always very good, helps you understand what's going on. And in the next lessons, I'm going to show you more the formula way of doing stuff, which is on Maths Online. So there's 3 different ways you'll have to be able to work out the equation of straight lines. Thanks for your time.